Hello and welcome to another edition of Conejo Oaks Baseball. The Oaks are at home at Sparky Anderson Field for the second to last time this season as they play host to the Riptide from Orange County. I'm Josh Mechanic alongside Austin Gregory, Sammy Holiday, and Cameron Deck. The Oaks followed up with their three-game win streak with a loss yesterday down in Pasadena. It was a tough one all around, only putting up 3 runs, really just struggling offensively. But they'll look to rebound today with Alexander Rivas on the mound. What can you tell us about Alex, Austin?
It's the man that's done it all this summer for the Oaks. Alexander Rivas has become the ace for your Oaks this summer. He's going to be the top guy going into the playoffs and just looking to do more of the same. Obviously, this is his first start since appearing in the showcase game, the second inning guy he was. Had a nice outing in the showcase game, hit the first batter he faced, but then picked him off at first, struck out the next guy, and got a pop out, so a nice clean inning for him. But he's just looking to do more of the same. Only 1 earned run allowed in his last start of 6 innings, really well pitched baseball where him and Apker combined for a win. 7 shutout innings the game before that, 6 shutout innings the game before that. Really only the one bad game, and I was down against this team we're playing today, but that's when we had things not going our way, weird bounces, a lot of errors. Only it says here on here that it was 2 earned runs of the 5, but we scored that game and know that it was only 1 of the 5 should have been earned. And we're just looking for more of the same from Alexander Rivas, who's been on fire since really the month of April when he ended up winning his last 4 starts with Cal Lutheran this spring. So just looking for more of the same from him.
And this will be his last start before the CCL playoffs begin next week, so this will be a big one for him too. And then as we look ahead to the playoffs, Sammy, what do the Oaks have to do today and really the rest of the season to keep that momentum going into the playoffs?
Just got to keep the hitting going, get that defense under control, play some solid defense, and really the key for me is get AJ Salgado back on track. He has been struggling since he returned from the hip flexor injury, seeing the average dip below 300 for the first time this summer. AJ's just got to get it going, really.
Yeah, he's definitely a critical part of that lineup, and when he's going, the Oaks are certainly going. But they've also showed that they can hit very well without him. Just having him in that lineup's an added bonus. It's also good to see him back defensively at third base as Alexander Rivas fires a strike in there. Counts even up at 1-1 on Shane Taylor, who's the leadoff hitter today for the Riptide. The rest of the lineup goes as follows. Dom Soto's batting second, Nathan Manning third, Blake Penso's the cleanup hitter, as that one shot through the right side for a hit. Isaiah Morales bats fifth, filling the Chase Valentine void at shortstop. DJ McEvers makes his Riptide debut today in the outfield with Gavin Hynek, Jimmy Zakar, and Santino Pinero rounding out the rest of the lineup for the Riptide. Alexander Rivas, a guy who doesn't get hit around very often at all, gives up a leadoff single to Taylor, who's certainly had his fair share of success against the Oaks this summer. We saw Taylor hit one out last time he was here. That breaking ball misses below the zone to the Riptide's leading hitter, Dom Soto. He's hitting .360. That one's chopped up the middle, and it'll get through back-to-back singles to greet Alexander Rivas.
Seeing the Riptide really attack early in the account with Rivas pitching. Rivas, a guy who likes to pound the strike zone, get ahead of hitters. Riptide getting a pitch they like and turning on a pitch. Back-to-back singles to start the game.
Yeah, as you said, Sammy, Rivas throws a lot of first pitch strikes, so it makes sense to see this Riptide lineup be aggressive, although each of his first 2 pitches have missed today until that one to Nathan Manning catches his own first strike. Rivas looking to get another ground ball He gets another chopper like he just got. Grant's right there in position. So 1 misses inside. 1-1. This Riptide roster has certainly rotated a lot just in the past couple of days even. They've lost 11 players, we were told, over the last 2 days, and overall they're nearing 20 players that started this summer with them that are no longer on this roster. A couple guys getting picked up, signing contracts with major league ball clubs, but a couple guys just leaving the team. 2-1 now to Nathan Manning. Two and one to Manning. Here's the pitch from Rivas. Shot back up the middle. 3 straight singles to begin this ball game. Taylor's going to be sent to the plate. Here's Sandoval's throw. It's on line, but it won't be in time. And just like that, the Riptide are out to a quick 1-0 lead.
Don't know what's been in the water lately, but it seems like the first inning has just been a curse lately for the Oaks starting pitching staff.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's almost a rite of passage for the starters now to give up at least 1 run in the first inning, just the way that things have been going.
Yeah, even Sammy joked with Massimo Vega, who started yesterday, and said that we should just start the games in the second inning. Because after the first, the starting pitchers do a great job of settling in. As the runner goes to third, it's popped foul off the bat of Blake Penso.
We need to do some math here. Get a run differential innings 3 through 9.
Yeah, where's our Cam stat guy?
Cam, get on that.
That's the statistical analysis, isn't that? Yeah, there we go. 0-1 to Blake Penso.
Cam rocking the Vans today.
Cam looking good. That one's inside. Cam says it's every day.
It is.
Don't worry. At some point today, you'll get the addition of Cam's Corner, so you'll get to hear from him.
Already looking forward to that.
Are we going to just make that a 6th inning permanent thing, Austin, or is that?
Yeah, Cam and I talked
That
about it
one's
already.
driven out to right, and that'll drop in front of Ganus. Another single, station to station, go the Riptide. The bases are now loaded with nobody out.
Yesterday, Massimo Vega started off his day with 5 straight singles. Rivas nearly matching him with 4 straight singles, something that we haven't seen all summer, really. Is Rivas getting hit around and start this ball game? A lot of hard hit balls.
Yeah, he's throwing strikes. It's not that he's missing his spots, but they're just barreling up these baseballs and finding holes.
Shortstop number 24, Isaiah.
I thought that last one was going to stay up a bit, but because of how the ball flies here, Ganus is playing almost all the way on the warning track, which is why he couldn't get to that. And that one's driven out to shallow center. Sandoval will make the catch.
Gonna be close.
Fake
Here.
tagging and staying put is Soto after
Would have been hosed.
hose.
Yeah.
from Sandoval. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely would not have been that close. I don't.
Smart decision to hold up there. And good job from Rivas to get the weak contact. And that'll bring up DJ McEvers, who is making his Riptide debut. He's getting the start in left field. One of just 3 outfielders now listed on the Riptide roster, so all 3 of them are in the starting lineup today at their respective outfield spots. Alexander Rivas drops a breaking ball in there for a strike. He hasn't gone into any deep counts either. It's been a lot of early aggression from this Riptide lineup. That one's in there for a strike. 0-2. It's actually the first 2 strike count he's gotten on a hitter so far today. A lot of early action. Rivas shaking a lot. Comes with the 0-2. Grounded right back to him. He comes to Durfee for 1. On to first. Double play.
Got out of there cheap.
Sure did.
Atta babe.
After the first 4 men reach base on Alexander Rivas, he does an excellent job of limiting the damage, getting a pop-up, and then a 1-2-3 double play. So the Oaks will come up to bat already trailing in this ballgame, but it certainly could be a lot worse. And leading things off for them will be Austin Carrillo, followed by Ganus and Grant. We'll be right back. Austin Carrillo leads things off for the Oaks in this ball game as they're back to more of their traditional starting lineup. Carrillo's followed by Ganus and Grant. Then Colin Hynek batting cleanup today is the designated hitter. Brennan Durfee in the 5 spot behind the plate with Noah Karliner at first base batting 6th. AJ Salgado is in the 7th spot today playing 3rd, with Sandoval in center and Brooks rounding it out at second base. As always, Carrillo lays down a bunt, and he'll beat it.
Ooh.
Looked like he would have been called out. Go back to first, Austin. You're safe. But it fell out of the glove of Blake Penso. And they're going to have a discussion now with the coach about an interference call, but Carrillo didn't veer out of the base path.
His glove was right in the base path.
Yeah.
Carrillo stayed right in line to first base there, so... And there's no way they could say that was on the transfer either.
Yeah, no, he just ran straight. And they're going to have a discussion about it. I didn't see Carrillo veer off at all. It looked like he just ran straight through the bag. Once again, though, another Oaks leadoff hitter lays down a bunt and reaches.
We got some people in the chat watching very closely here. Some playoff implications that this game has. Not affiliated with either team playing today.
Yeah. And the call on the field will remain the same.
It just seemed like a big waste of time to me. What could they have possibly been talking about.
I mean, it was a pretty quick conversation once the umpires actually talked. But yeah.
So we're ruling that a bunt single or an error?
That's
I'll
a
give him
bunt
hit.
single.
Yeah, I give him a hit. That's now twice, though. Last time we played them, too, their head coach was out there arguing profusely over a call that was clearly correct.
Yeah, we got you guys. Saints players watching.
And they appreciate the shout-out. First pitch to Ganus misses. Both Carrillo and Ganus had the day off yesterday, and so did the three-hitter Gavin Grant. All three of the top hitters today didn't play. All four, actually, including Hynek.
Five,
Including Durfee. If you keep going down, yeah. Top five didn't play.
Brooks didn't play either.
Yeah, only three guys in the lineup played.
Bill Pio to first, he didn't go. Yeah, just Karliner, Salgado, and Sandoval, the 6 through 8 hitters for the Oaks today, are the only three that appeared in yesterday's starting lineup. Karliner, of course, delivering with that big home run. 2-0 to Tyler Ganus.
Did they find that ball?
I don't know. That would have been difficult. And he
That ball's crushed.
laces that one to left. And
Wow.
it stays up enough for the left fielder McEvers to make a diving catch. And that ball was hit
100 miles per hour.
100.
Ooh.
Wow. That might have been his hardest hit ball of the summer. Unfortunately for him, it didn't drop. And the Oaks are facing Joshua Hahn. And this will be his third appearance against them. His first outing was out of the bullpen. He only recorded 1 out and gave up 3. And then he started against the Oaks a couple of weeks ago and went 4 innings, giving up 6 runs. So the Oaks have certainly had his number. And he goes over to first. Throws it away. Carrillo will go first to third here. And the Oaks have the tying run 90 feet away.
What was the expected batting average on that Gannis ball there, Cameron?
He wants to know what the expected batting average was on that Gannis line out. I don't think TrackMan gives us that data.
Well, I'm asking Cam, what does he
calculate in your brain?
It's your 720.
He says he doesn't know what that means.
720
Sammy,
expected batting
How did he
average.
get the job?
Were you
if he
reading
doesn't
my
know what that
mind?
is?
I was going to say 720. No
That a
way.
babe. That a babe.
There's no way. Wow. Now Gavin Grant steps in, and he swings and foul tips the first one into the glove of the catcher, Zucker. As we mentioned, Grant had the day off yesterday, but back in his traditional position, playing short and in the 3 spot in the lineup. And he drives that one to deep right field. Back, back, back. And it's caught in front of the wall. It'll be deep enough to score a run. And the Oaks have tied up this ballgame.
2 loud outs for the Oaks here. Run
92
scores
off
to
the
tie the
bat.
game.
92. So 2 hard hit balls. Back-to-back hard hit baseballs as far as CCL, as far as our CCL metrics go. And that'll bring up Colin Hynek, who's today's designated hitter.
Wind usually blowing out to right is today not quite as hard as some of the other days.
Yeah, when I first got here, it was howling, but it's certainly calmed down. And if it was moving like it was the other day, that was probably a home run for Grant.
We're gonna have to ask. They're asking what kind of protein does Gavin take?
We'll have to find out.
That's dirty.
Dang. Counts evened up at 1 on double deuce, Colin Hynek.
Some comedians in the chat.
That one
Oh.
goes to the backstop.
Whatever he takes was good enough to put one over when he played in Seca last time we were down
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. We're playing in that Little League stadium in Pasadena.
But the Karliner one yesterday is going out in any ballpark. Ball was crushed. 2-2 on Hynek.
Ball's still traveling.
Two and 2 on 22. Here's Han's 2-2, misses upstairs. Count runs full.
Han having some issues with trying to get that backdoor breaking ball to slide in. Just kind of sailing it.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, that one was better than the last one.
True. 3-2 to Hynek. Misses upstairs. And that'll be a 2-out walk.
Another comment over there.
Catcher number 27, Riptide.
Wow, we're getting roasted now.
What'd they say?
Well, they're roasting us because they're saying that we're bad baseball players, basically. And then
Fine.
they're saying that we the Little League ballpark that we lost at yesterday. Guys, I thought you were supporting us. What,
Yeah, what's going on?
seriously?
L plus ratio.
Yeah, I thought you guys were in our chat
Yeah, no,
to support us.
we don't care. We didn't ask.
They're going to get banned
Plus-
from the chat in a
plus your-
second.
You fell off. Ratio.
Brendan Durfee up. That one misses up. 1-0 now. I appreciate it. See, they apologized.
Yeah,
We accept your apology.
Yeah.
it's improv night at the Comedy Store in LA. You guys should definitely go there.
1-0 to Durfee. Popped up on the infield. It'll be caught over there at shortstop by Morales. And that'll retire the side. Not before the Oaks tie up this ball game. Each team picking up a run in the first. The Oaks getting the one bunt single from Carrillo. And then a couple of productive outs to manufacture the run. We head to the second, score even up at 1.
Leading off, second baseman number 7.
We're back
Hynek.
for the top of the second inning after both ball clubs are able to pick up one run in the first, both coming in very different fashion. For the Riptide, they started off the game with 4 straight singles that produced their run, and then after that Rivas got a weak flyout and a 1-2-3 double play. And then for the Oaks, it was a leadoff bunt single by Carrillo, who advanced to third on a bad pickoff attempt and then came in to score on the Gavin Grant sacrifice fly. Rivas quickly has Gavin Hynek in an 0-2 hole. Hynek is one of a few of the guys that are still on this Riptide, that are still in this Riptide line. Hynek has struggled a bit offensively, but against the Oaks he seems to find a bit of success. Last time we were down there, last time we faced him, he went 1 for 2, a couple of walks and a run driven in, and he shoots that one back up the middle. So Gavin Hynek, who has just his 7th hit of the summer in almost 60 at-bats.
Catcher number 23, Jimmy Zakar.
And that'll bring up Jimmy Sakar, who's another guy for the Riptide making his summer debut. He'll be doing the catching today. We know that one of their catchers, Bubba Filia, got signed by Big League Ball Club, but they wanted to replace him, even though they have a fair amount of catchers already. Zakar gets the start today. Takes a ball from Rivas. Rivas drops a breaking ball on their first strike to even up the count. And once again, in the 9 spot waiting on deck is Santino Pinero, who is one of the leading hitters for the Riptide, but he always finds himself in the 8 or 9 spot in the order. They like him down there as like a second leadoff hitter. The 1-1 from Rivas in their first strike. He does a really good job of working off that outside corner, either missing it too far off the plate or just hitting that spot, not missing in the middle of the plate. Already given up 5 hits today, which has got to be up there for his season high. And he gets his first strikeout of the ball game. Pulled the string and went with a changeup there to get Zakar swinging.
Center fielder number 3, Santino Pinero.
And that'll bring up Santino Pinero. Pinero hitting .350. Does not strike out very often, just 5 times this summer. And there goes Heimovitz. The throw from Durfee is not in time. Heimovitz steals second for his third stolen base of the summer. Now Pinero's got a runner in scoring position with just 1 out, and he's good at driving runners in. One of just 2 guys with double-digit RBIs. And he swings and misses. 0-2. Yeah, every way you slice it, Santino Pinero has been a very productive hitter. It's doing it all. 13 for 13 in stolen bases. Hitting .350, 12 walks compared to just 5 strikeouts. Only 3 extra base hits, though. 0-2 from Rivas. Swung on and missed. Another changeup and another chase for his second strikeout.
2 great locations on those back-to-back changeups there from Rivas. It gets Pinero way in front of him, chasing him downstairs. Pretty incredible to watch him and Durfee pick up the mistakes that were made in the first inning that allowed those first 4 batters to single. And then since then, they've had the 1 hit to start this inning, but you can see the change in the sequencing.
And that one's driven out to right field. Ganus going back. He continues to go back. That one is gone. Shane Taylor goes deep. His second time homering here at Sparky Anderson Field. And that one was driven out to right center. Now Alexander Rivas has allowed the most earned runs he's given up in a start this summer. Taylor certainly likes hitting here at Sparky Anderson Field. That one misses up for a ball. So Taylor now 3 home runs on the summer, and 2 of them came here. And Rivas falls behind Dom Soto 2-0. Soto is the leading hitter for the Riptide at .360. And he hits that one foul. 2-1. Once again, the Oaks are going to have to be playing from behind, which they've done a lot in the past week because of what Sammy said earlier. The first inning for our Oaks starting pitching lately just hasn't been as great as we've seen it. So they're falling behind in ball games and having to chip away and work their way back, which they've been pretty successful at a few times. A couple of comeback victories this past weekend. Actually, a few comeback victories, a couple walk-offs, a couple walk-off wins. Yesterday they went down 4-0 early and were unable to chip away completely. Now today they'll have to rebound from a 3-1 hole as Alexander Rivas walks Dom Soto to extend this inning.
Right fielder, number 27, Nathan Manning.
That'll bring up Nathan Manning, who was one of those 4 singles back in the first, but he was stranded on second. Sammy, what do you think's been different today compared to past outings from Rivas, where he hasn't gotten hit around like he is today?
I think it's just a change of approach. We've seen guys today for the Riptide just not want to get deep in counts, and they're just sitting on one location in particular and really hitting the baseball really hard today.
Yeah, they've been really aggressive. That Taylor home run came on the first pitch. Alexander Rivas is able to get out of this one as he gets a ground ball to Brooks over at second. But the Riptide tack on a couple more. We head to the bottom of the second. Oaks trailing 3-1. We're back for the bottom of the second inning with Noah Karliner to lead things off. He had a home run yesterday for his 4th of the summer. Face Josh Hahn, and he'll chop one to shortstop, and it'll eat up Isaiah Morales. So usually Chase Valentine is the shortstop for the Riptide, and he's a guy that is really fun to watch defensively, very sound footwork, but he got picked up by the San Diego Padres. So they had to totally revamp their middle infield because Valentine was their everyday shortstop.
You were saying Philly got picked up as well, right?
Yeah, they both.
Who picked him?
I didn't see who picked him up. I did. I don't remember who it was. And that one's chopped to second. On to second for one. On to first in time for a 4-6-3 double play. The struggles for AJ Salgado continue. And that'll bring up Raul Sandoval, who will be taking this pitch after back-to-back first pitch outs. Look to avoid a 3-pitch inning. He is a very aggressive hitter, so he does like going at the first pitch. But he takes this one in their first strike. He won't allow that 3-pitch inning to happen. Takes another. That one catches the corner. Sandoval is now behind in the count, 0-2. Takes a breaking ball in the dirt from Hahn.
Good OT pitch there from Hahn. Breaking ball started out of the knees with the aggressive Sandoval up. Always a guy who likes to swing the bat.
They try another off speed in the dirt, this time with the changeup.
That one not as enticing.
No. 2-2 now to Sandoval. He's the most recent member of the Oaks, as he just joined the team a couple of weeks ago, and he's found his way in the starting lineup. Everyday center fielder, and he hits that one into center, and that'll drop.
Great at bat right there from Raul. Obviously not swinging on the first pitch to not make it a 3-pitch inning. Takes the second pitch strike on the outside part of the plate, holds up on 2 balls in the dirt, and then shoots one back in the center for the single.
Which will bring up Jack Brooks, today's second baseman, who had the day off yesterday, but he's been in there just about every day at second base, and he's been very productive as well. Got his average up to 284. Also leads the team in hit by pitches, walks a lot. His on-base percentage is nearly 500, around 460. And of course, that doesn't talk about his defense. His defense is incredible over there at second base for such a young man who hasn't even played a collegiate game yet. He'll make his collegiate debut in the fall at the University of Oregon. But he's looking very experienced and mature out there at second base. And in the batter's box as well. Very well disciplined hitter.
Brooks really a sponge, has taken in a lot of knowledge from his future teammates Gavin Grant and Tyler Ganus as he ropes a base hit into right field.
Going first to third is Sandoval. And right on cue, Jack Brooks comes through with a hit. And the Oaks now have runners in the corners with 2 away.
Left fielder, number 4, Austin Carrillo.
95 off the bat.
That's a hard hit baseball, even major league standards.
Interesting, I was watching the defense before that, and Shane Taylor was about 6 inches. At one time, it was a whole foot off the edge of the infield dirt into the infield grass there. I'm not sure if they were expecting a bunt or what, but it's interesting just to watch the defensive alignment there from the Riptide.
Yeah, Brooks has laid down a bunt or 2, but he was looking to swing away in that situation and laced into right field for a hit. Now Carrillo, who reached on the bunt single in the first and came around to score, will have a RBI opportunity with 2 away. Brooks breaks it down. Not sure if that was a fake steal, but it looked like he had a steal sign and didn't get the jump he wanted and broke it down.
I feel like he may have slipped actually a little bit.
Yeah.
Burnout.
Just too fast for his own feet.
2-0 to Carrillo. Let's see if Brooks runs on this one. He'll stay put. That one misses up. 3-0. So Brooks will be staying put on this pitch for sure. Hahn trying to find it here after 3 straight misses. That's a 4-pitch walk for Carrillo. And that'll load the bases for Tyler Ganus, who crushed one to left field his last time up, and it left the bat at 100 miles an hour, but was caught on a diving attempt out there by DJ McEvers.
Hahn was in line for a real quick inning. He had 2 outs on only 2 pitches, and now 3 straight base runners with 2 outs prompts a mound visit. With Tyler Ganus up, never an easy out here. Hahn might be in trouble.
Might be getting flashbacks about his previous 2 outings against the Oaks. 4 1/3 combined, 9 earned runs.
It's also concerning because the next 2 guys in the lineup here, Ganus and Grant, both hit the ball hard in the first inning. But this is a spot where Hahn really has to execute his pitches right now. He's got to throw his best stuff now, or he could be out of this ball game early.
When he's got to be careful, he can't leave anything middle, but with the bases loaded, he can't be too fine with it because there's nowhere to put Ganus.
It's got to be his best stuff here.
Yep. Here's the first pitch to Tyler Ganus. Takes up. 5 straight balls right now for Josh Hahn. And they're almost all the same miss, just missing up, not getting on top of the fastball. That one catches the zone and Ganus fouls it away. Tyler doesn't care that 5 straight balls had been thrown. He saw one he liked and tried to attack it, but didn't get on time and fouled it away. Count's even up at 1 on Tyler Ganus. And he hits that one out to center field. It'll hang up and be caught out there by Pinero. And Hahn's able to get out of the bases loaded jam. The Oaks leave 3 men on base here in the second inning. And we head to the third with the Riptide leading 3-1. Blake Penso steps in to face Alexander Rivas, who's gotten hit around a bit today, surprisingly. 6 hits and 3 runs through 2 innings for the Riptide. 5 singles and 1 long ball from Shane Taylor, as that one misses inside to Penso. Rivas at 35 pitches through those 2. Usually very efficient. That's a ground ball to third. Salgado does a great job of cutting it off before that second hop. And that's out number 1.
Shortstop number 24, Isaiah Morales.
6 hits through 2 innings for the Riptide. I wonder if Rivas is going to mix in more changeups now, because the fastball's been getting hit around quite a bit today. Just wonder if you maybe mix up a couple changeups earlier in the count, start trying to throw that breaking ball for strikes. Just really keep the OC Riptide honest so that you can get deeper in counts and try to pick up some more strikeouts.
Yeah, well, he showcased that changeup really well today with 2 strikes, but yeah, there hasn't been a lot of early count changeups. There's definitely been some breaking balls, but like you said, Sammy, these guys have been on the fastball today, but the changeup, he's made them look silly. You got back-to-back strikeouts with it to Zucker and Pinero. Here's a 1-2. Goes fastball here, and Morales shoots it foul. Isaiah Morales flew out weakly to center field with the bases loaded and nobody out in the first inning. He's the shortstop today and also booted a ball. And he fouls that one off Durfee. Home plate umpire will go out to the mound and give Durfee some time, but he looks to be okay.
It looked like he was going to walk Rivas back to the mound right there.
Yeah, I know. I thought he was.
Giving him a mound visit, what do you think he was telling him? Throw that changeup more?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you got him looking silly on the
Keep
change.
throwing that
Yeah,
change
just
up.
throw that change. 1-2. Doesn't get the corner.
Tried to go in the back door right there.
Two. Driven foul. Morales did a good job of getting his hands into that inside fastball, but he just yanked it a bit too much down the line. Rivas tried to freeze him with that pitch, but Morales was ready for it. Another 2-2. There's the changeup, and it's shot foul. That one stayed up a bit. Not the location that Rivas wants with his 2-2 changeup. It did stay up a little bit too much. There's another changeup, and this time he gets the chase, and he gets the strikeout. It's his 3rd punch out of the ball game, and that'll bring up DJ McEvers.
Number 2, DJ McEvers.
McEvers was at the plate to end the first inning. He was up there with bases loaded and 1 away, and Rivas got him to ground into a 1-2-3 double play ball. Another first pitch breaking ball from Rivas there. Goes fastball here, and that one's cut out and missed. 0-2. Rivas looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. It's 0-2. Good location from Rivas there. Doesn't get the chase. A 1-2. Got him. 4 strikeouts for Alexander Rivas through 3 innings here. The Oaks come to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning, trailing 3-1. It'll be Grant, Hynek, and Durfee. We'll be right back.
34, Gavin.
Gavin Grant will lead things off for the Oaks here against Joshua Hahn. Hahn has struggled in the past against the Oaks. He's allowed just 1 run in the first 2 innings, but the Oaks left the bases loaded in the second. One and 0 to Grant. Grant hits that one to the left side. Good play over there by Taylor, and he gets Grant at first.
Pencil's got to be careful over there at first. He has his foot well over, like almost like covering 3/4 of the bag. He's going to get spiked.
Oh, yeah. At first I thought he was literally just completely in the baseline.
Well, there you go. Maybe that was the reason for Carrillo running into him last inning. Like, maybe talk to your first baseman about that.
Yeah, I don't know how many times if he's been doing that all game or if it was just there.
Counts 1 and 0 to Colin Hynek. He worked a good plate appearance and walked in the first. He fouls that one away. Hynek's left the yard a couple of times. A couple of home runs for him. 5 of his 12 hits this summer have been for extra bases. He's got that pop in his bat. And he takes the ball. 2-1. Fouls back another. Counts even up at 2. Hynek in a 2-strike hole once again. Didn't bother him last time up as he was able to work that walk. And this time he fouls off a breaking ball from Hahn to stay alive. We got a fight for the baseball between Karliner and Durfee. I think Karliner wanted to get it for the kid. 2-2 to Hynek. Swung on and missed. That's the first strikeout of the day for Josh Hahn.
Catcher number 27, Brendan.
And he's looking now for his first 1-2-3 inning after retiring the first 2. It'll be Brendan Durfee, who he jammed and got to pop out to short last time up. Durfee's hitting over 320 this summer, and he's also walked 11 times compared to 10 strikeouts, so it's been really good for him so far. And he crushes that one to right field. It'll stay in the yard, and it'll be caught by Nathan Manning out there in right. Exit velo on that one was 91. So it looked like it was a bit harder off the bat. Caught out there by Nathan Manning, and the Oaks go down in order in the third. We head to the middle third of this ball game. Oaks trailing 3-1. We're back
Second baseman number 7,
for the top of the 4th inning.
5 minutes.
Alexander Rivas has thrown 48 pitches through 3, but the 3rd was his most efficient. Just 13 pitches needed. Picked up a couple strikeouts and retired the Riptide in order. Looking to do the same thing here as he'll face the bottom 3rd. Gavin Hynek leads things off. First pitch from Rivas is a breaking ball that misses just below the knees. Hynek ripped a single back up the middle, stole second, and then came around to score on the Shane Taylor home run back in the 2nd inning. And he drives that one out to right center. Sandoval and Ganus going back, and that one is gone. Gavin Hynek gets a hold of one and picks up his 2nd home run of the season, his 2nd hit of the ball game, and he continues to hit well against the Oaks.
That ball was crushed.
It drove that out to right center. Coming into today, Hynek was the lowest qualified hitter for the Riptide, but you couldn't tell based on how today's gone. So Rivas gives up his first 2 home runs of this summer. Now we'll have to settle down against Jimmy Zockert.
That one was 99 off the bat and went 392 feet.
392 oppo. That's pretty impressive. That one's rolled to 3rd to Salgado. It'll be an easy play for him. He throws across and retires Zockert. That pushes the lead out for the Riptide from 3-1 to 4-1. The Oaks will be chasing 3 for the rest of this ball game.
Not for the rest of the ball game.
Yeah, true.
For the time being.
Yeah. That one's popped up out of play by Santino Pinero. Almost got it off the top of the bleachers. Pinero is one of the leading hitters for the Riptide at 350 and struck out in his only plate appearance today on 3 pitches. Rivas dismantled him with a couple of changeups on 0-1 and 0-2 to get Pinero, who does not strike out very often at all. Now it's a cue shot to 3rd. Salgado double clutches, and he throws it away. Pinero heads to 2nd. He'll stay put there. Ganus does a good job of backing up the throw. It'll be an E5 for AJ Salgado.
Not sure if that one just got stuck in the glove or what happened there for AJ, but he did a good job to get to that baseball. That was just cued off the hands of Pinero there.
Sometimes hard to get a grip on a ball like that where there's so much spin coming off the bat, as it was a cue shot. Now the home run hitter Shane Taylor steps in, and it's way out in front and on a changeup. Taylor's 2 for 2 today. Single home run and a couple runs scored. Uncharted territory right now for Alexander Rivas, the 4 earned runs allowed. His first start in a couple of weeks, and it'll be his last before the playoffs, which begin next weekend. That one's rolled over to 1st, and it gets by Karliner. Taylor will round 1st, head to 2nd, and he'll be in there safely. Back-to-back errors by the 2 corner infielders for the Oaks, and another run comes across. This one will not be earned. Alexander Rivas should be out of this inning. He should be in the dugout right now. He's gotten a couple ground balls. Now Dom Soto's up there, and he rolls one foul. Soto's reached base both times today, singling and walking in each of the first 2 innings. Batting in an elite 362 clip coming into today's ball game. It's another cue shot. This one goes foul. 0-2. Once again, Alexander Rivas against the Riptide isn't getting much help from his defense. 0-2 misses. It's a good 0-2 pitch from him with the breaking ball. Dancing off second is Taylor, and Rivas will step off and take a look at him. Still 1-2 on Soto. And he hits that one out to right center. Another ball that carries, and that'll get to the fence. It'll score a run, and cruising into second is Dom Soto. And the Riptide continue to tack on. They push this lead out to 6-1 now. Now the most total runs that Alexander Rivas has given up in a start.
Left fielder number 2, DJ McEvers. Correction. Number 27, right fielder. Number 27, Nathan Manning.
Gonna bring up Nathan Manning.
Umpire really on it today.
Yeah.
Not letting any extracurricular activities going on. Saw him before the game too, yell at a Riptide player to get back in the dugout right away.
And that's a check swing. Luckily Gavin Grant gets there.
How'd that go that far?
How did that go that far?
That's like the joke video that was going around for a while, the check swing home runs. I'm like, just check swung and hit it out in the outfield.
Yeah. For a second, I thought it was actually going to drop in between them. Luckily, Grant was able to get there. And now it'll be Blake Penso with Soto at second and 2 away. Penso takes a strike. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled and grounded out. Another inning where Rivas is getting hit around but still not throwing a lot of pitches because of the early aggressiveness coming out of this Riptide lineup. He's only thrown 14 pitches in an inning in which he's surrendered 3 runs and a few hits, and that's another one. That'll score Soto, and the Riptide pick up their 4th run of the inning and their 7th of the ballgame.
Game starting to get away from the Oaks right now. Saw the home run to lead off the inning, then 2 errors. 2 errors in the inning, allowing 4 runs to come across. 9 hits total today for the Riptide, which is the most, tied for the most Rivas has given up all summer. And he's not even through the 4th yet.
Well, and with the way that Rivas has been throwing the ball this summer, he was due at some point for an outing where he got hit around. And it's actually lucky that it's coming today as opposed to next week in the playoffs, because you know this won't happen 2 starts in a row. We know that Rivas will settle in his next start, which will probably be game 1 in slow. He'll come out here firing. Counts 0-2 on Isaiah Morales, who's 0 for 2 today. Great jump there from Penso, who walks into second base.
No big deal there. There's 2 outs here. Let's focus on this guy.
One, 2 from Rivas. Tries to go backdoor and misses with the breaking ball. Counts evened up. And this will be the first at bat this inning to go to a 5th pitch. Very aggressive hitting from the Riptide. The 2-2 cut on and missed. Rivas gets the strikeout, but not before the Riptide plate 4 here in the 4th, and they extend their lead to 7-1. The Oaks will be chasing 6 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back. In the top of the 4th inning, the Oaks really saw this ballgame get away from them. The Riptide plated 4, 3 of them being unearned. Just unfortunate breaks for Rivas. The Oaks trail 7-1 now in the bottom of the 4th. Karliner lifts that one foul. He's now in an 0-2 hole. He reached on an error last time up, and as Sammy mentioned to me, he thought it, so I went back and looked. Karliner has faced Hahn before and took him deep, so 0-2 in the dirt. Misses.
After the game, when Noah hit that home run against Hahn, I was talking to him, asking him, "Oh, how'd you feel?" And he said, "Oh, it felt great." It's funny. They're from the same town.
Oh, this is the guy he was talking to us about?
They're from the same town.
Oh, yeah.
And he never got to face him in high school.
And he wanted to.
He always wanted to.
Yeah.
Finally faces him for the first time, takes him deep.
Yeah. And he threw the bat towards him. Now, after talking to him, we found out why. And he lifts that one out to center right at Pinero, who settles under it for the first out. I didn't realize that was Hahn. Well, the Oaks, Noah wasn't the only one who seemed like wanted to face him that day, as the Oaks lineup hit him quite hard with those 6 earned runs in 4 innings, but it's been a different story today. Just the 1 earned through 3 1/3 so far. But the last inning, or in the second inning, the Oaks left the bases loaded, and the first, they couldn't catch a break and just continue to line out as Ganus hit one 100 right to left, and Grant flew out to the wall. There's Salgado picking up a hit. Chops that one right through the hole up the middle.
How hard do you think that one was hit?
98.
102.
Yeah, the choppers are...
AJ thinks Trackman's broken when he hits, so.
Well, no, it's because of choppers. The Trackman tracks the first time it hits the ground. So if you hit one straight into the ground, it'll show it might be 100 miles an hour because it goes straight into the ground right away, which is kind of like what that one was. Is Sandoval gets jammed, and it won't get over the head of the second baseman Hymovitz, and that's the second out.
Second baseman number 33, Jack Brooks.
And that'll bring up Jack Brooks, who reached on a single, but was stranded on second in the second inning where the Oaks left the bases loaded. They left 4 men on base through the first 2 innings, but then went down 1-2-3 in the third. They got the 1-out single from Salgado, who's standing over there at first base right now. First pitch from Hahn to Brooks is outside. Going over to first. Salgado's back easily.
Back. Had a really bad laughing spell right now. Saw one of the maybe the funniest thing I've seen in the past couple of weeks.
Wow. Courtesy of Cam.
Courtesy
Yeah.
of Cam. See? Good job, Cam. 1-0 to Brooks. It's chopped along first base line. Good job by Penso and Hahn, who actually drops it.
That was because Hahn tried to be cool and barehand that baseball and not use his glove.
You tried to barehand that?
Yep.
Oh. There you go. That's what happens when you try to be too fancy.
Not the best throw from Penso either, as Hahn sort of almost had to barehand that ball because it was thrown behind him.
Well, it's such a difficult play, too, just with the angle that Penso was flipping from and how softly hit the ball was with Brooks' speed. And if Hahn fields that cleanly, though, it would have been the third out. The Oaks get a second life with Austin Carrillo now. So do you give that error to the pitcher?
Yep.
Okay. Carrillo shows bunt, pulls back, and Salgado coming to score on a wild pitch. Brooks takes a hard turnaround second, and he'll stay put. The Oaks get one back, though. They trail 7-2 now. We almost saw Jack Brooks attempt to go first to third there. He stayed put, but we saw that the other day on Sunday where Brooks...
Sunday or Saturday? I thought it was Saturday.
It was one of the walk... It was Sunday.
It was Sunday.
Yeah. So the Oaks took the lead after Brooks came around to score from second on a wild pitch.
You're right.
He just put his head down and ran. Kept going after he saw the pitcher was kind of gazing off in the distance and came in to score. And that really jolted some energy into the Oaks dugout. in a game in which they ended up winning on a Josiah Chavez walk-off.
Real sloppy ball game right now. Already 5 errors.
Yeah. Which we've seen as of late until the last couple of games. The Oaks really cleaned it up.
Every time we play the Riptide,
yeah.
defense just
for both
struggles.
sides. Yeah.
For both sides, yes.
Yeah. 3 errors for the Riptide, 2 for the Oaks as they want to go get Brooks at second, but he'll get back easily. Two 2-0 to Austin Carrillo. He's singled and walked today, also scored a run. That one just gets the corner for a strike. And since his bunt single in the first, that's the first strike that Carrillo has seen. So he walked on 4 pitches and got ahead 2-0. Hahn looks at Brooks a couple of times. Finally comes home. Carrillo hits that one back up the middle. It'll get through. It'll score another run for the Oaks. A couple of 2-out runs. And they continue to chip into this lead, and 7-3 now.
This team just never gives up. They're just going to slowly chip away at this deficit, and it's good to see the 2 runs score here with 2 outs and Carrillo driving in the run and scoring position there, and because we've seen many a times the Oaks strand runners in scoring position,
which they did in the second, stranded the bases loaded, but that was after 2 outs and nobody on, so they have done a good job of 2-out hitting today. And now it'll be up to Tyler Ganus, who ended that threat in the second by flying out to center with the bases loaded. He also lined out at 100 miles an hour back in the first. Hahn's now given up at least 3 in each of his 3 outings against the Oaks. He's looking to complete 4 and maybe go beyond that for the first time he's against the Oaks. His last outing was 4 innings, 6 runs. One to Ganus. There goes Carrillo. Ganus lays down a bunt, and it'll just go foul. Tyler will have to come all the way back as he was already pulling up at past first base. He's got his Oregon teammate ready with the bat. Saw Tyler Ganus get a nice shout out in a D1 baseball article today about the CCL showcase game. Talked about a couple players that really sparked his interest and made him smile. He said Tyler Ganus was certainly one of them. He said his energy was infectious, which we all know. And Ganus lines out for the second time today. We've seen throughout this summer Ganus get his fair share of lucky bounces. But today, a couple of lineouts and a couple of hard hit baseballs. We head to the 5th with the Oaks trailing 7-3. Alexander Rivas is back out there to begin the 5th inning. He's given up 7 runs through 4, but only 4 of them are earned. He's thrown a lot of pitches so far today. That was his. Next one will be his 70th.
Efficiency a big part of Rivas's game, and while the 7 runs, all of them aren't earned, but still, with a pitcher giving up 7 runs in a ball game, you figure like he's got to be way past the end of the line. Usually, probably 100 pitches, but 70 pitches with only through 4 with 7 runs given up, 9 hits. Still pretty efficient.
Yeah, if they can get,
given the circumstances.
Yeah, if they can get a couple more out of him, 6 innings, like they'll be pleased. Won't have to use any bullpen pieces, or won't have to use many bullpen pieces, I should say. That one's in there for a strike, and there you go, Sammy. A first pitch changeup to Hynek, who swung at the second pitch last time and drove it over the wall in right center. He pops up this one a mile high, shallow.
He tried
right
to go
field.
for number 2 today.
Yeah. That was only like 200 feet short.
Yeah.
Brooks makes the catch. 2 quick outs for Rivas.
He did bat flip though.
Like an angry bat flip.
Yeah.
2 outs on 4 pitches for Rivas. And that'll bring it Jimmy Zakar, today's catcher, who's 0 for 2 today. That one's in there for a strike. Rivas working quickly here. Count evens up at 1. When he's feeling good and in the zone, he likes to work very quickly out on the mound. The 1-1 pitch is dropped in. What?
No way.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's bad. It was two down the middle of the plate to be a strike.
Yeah, that one was right down the middle. 2-1 though from Rivas. 2-2 now.
One of those pitches, the one that Rivas didn't get the 1-1 call on, you'll see pitchers sort of yell at the umpire, just ask, where did that miss?
That one was right down the middle.
Same location as that one.
Yeah, Rivas just took the ball, stepped right back on the mound, and was like, I'll just strike you out 2 pitches later. We're halfway home in this one. Oaks looking to continue to chip away. They trail 7-3. Gavin Grant leads things off for the Oaks in the bottom of the 5th inning as they try to cut into this lead. It was a 7-1 deficit to begin the bottom of the 4th, and the Oaks put up a couple runs. It's now 7-3 as Grant's up there, and Nick Rinkover begins to throw in the Oaks bullpen, so the day might be done for Rivas. Grant shows bunt but pulls back on the ball. 2-0 to Gavin, who is 0 for 1 today. Drove in a run on a sacrifice fly to right back in the 1st, and then grounded out last inning. Missed a home run by a few feet in that first at bat. The 3-0 to Grant takes a strike.
When he hit the sacrifice fly in the 1st, you were saying back, 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 back. I think it needed one more back, and it would have been gone.
Yeah. Just missed it by a back. That one misses. Grant walks, and that'll send some action down to the Riptide bullpen. Got some guys down there. Nobody throwing. Oh, now they just told him to speed things up, so they'll start to get going quicker down in the bullpen. Austin's taking a look to try to figure out who it is down there.
Man, we've seen before, Daniel Naughton.
Okay. Well, they can't have too many guys that we haven't seen at this point.
During our preliminary research before the game, we saw all those guys missing from the Riptide.
Yeah.
A lot of X's on the Point Streak website,
including on a couple of their top guys. Sammy and I were talking about it beforehand, about how this Riptide team could be a dangerous team to go up against in the playoffs because of their 2 top-of-the-line starters, but after finding
Carabajo, one of the guys that no longer with the Riptide.
Yeah, so they got Maloney and Carabajo, 2 studs, but Carabajo is no longer on the roster. The 1-1 to Hynek, he swings through it, 1-2. Hynek in a 1-2 hole now. And he fouls that one away.
Hynek unhappy with himself there.
Wanted that one back.
Got a fastball in his wheelhouse and couldn't get the foot down in time.
It was also on 1-2 also. He probably won't get another one. Hahn goes over and throws away. Even just lobbing it over there, he can't throw it accurately. Grant will go first to third easily, and he'll round third, stay put. That's the 2nd time today we've seen Hahn throw it away over there, allowing an Oaks player to go first to third.
Really surprising there, as that was a very slow move over to first, and he still don't know what happened there.
He just he wasn't even.
Just tried to lob it in, and
it was trying to do that Kershaw pickup of Ohtani in the All-Star game where he just lobbed it to first, but
a lot of claps there after that.
Yeah, the Oaks dugout just continued to keep clapping.
Proud of Gav there.
I think it might have been more of a troll thing.
No, that's exactly what it was. I was just giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, got you.
We like to have fun here.
Yeah. Counts even up at 2-2 on Hynek, who's looking to get Grant in from third. Hynek goes down on strikes.
No outlets.
Durfee.
Now Brendan Durfee will step in with Grant on third and just one away, looking to do a job here. The infield's playing back, so almost any ball hit and play will work, whether it's a ground ball or a fly ball. Durfee popped out and then lined one into right field. That was caught on the run by Manning. Swings at the first pitch here and swings right through it. This next pitch from Hahn will be his 70th of the ballgame. And this is his longest start against the Oaks this summer officially at 4 1/3. Durfee, one of the leading RBI men for the Oaks. Second on the team with 18 ribbies. And he'll look to add another right here. That one's in the dirt. Good stop back there by Zakar. Two and one to Durfee with Noah Karliner waiting on deck. The action continues to ramp up in that Riptide bullpen. As Naughton, I believe, is ready and waiting. Durfee fouls that one out of play on the left side. Count evens up at 2 and 2.
It's pretty impressive placement on that foul ball right there.
To land it in the cages.
It landed in between the two cages.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive. It also looks like Rinkover is ready and waiting in the Oaks bullpen. So we'll see if it's him to begin the 6th. 2-2 to Durfee. And in there for a called third strike.
First baseman, number 31, Noah Karliner.
Really good location on that one from Hahn. And now the Riptide dugout is firing back by just sitting there and clapping. It'll be up to Karliner now after Grant got to third base with nobody out. Hynek and Durfee both struck out. Karliner steps in against a guy he's already taken deep. A guy in which he was itching to face. He's 0 for 2 against him so far today. Reached on an error in the first and flew out. That one's taken in the dirt. Grant's ready to go. Second, he sees downward angle, so any pitch that gets away from Zakar, we'll see Grant coming. Karliner swings through another. 1 and 2.
After the leadoff walk to Grant, Hahn's looking to strike out the side.
Here's his 1-2. Noah Karliner takes upstairs. Great location there from Hahn. We've seen him already get a couple of chases on that exact pitch. Karliner goes down swinging. Joshua Hahn strikes out the side after a leadoff walk. And before we head to the 6th, let's see who it is. And it looks like it will be Nick Rinkover. So the day is done for Alexander Rivas. We'll let you know his final line and bring you the rest of this ball game when we come back. As alluded to, Nick Rinkover is out there to replace Alexander Rivas, who finishes 5 innings. And what was that final line for him, Austin?
5 innings for Rivas, 5 strikeouts. Of course, only 1 walk. 9 hits, 7 runs, and 4 of them will be earned.
And Rinkover's first pitch is a breaking ball that doesn't break and hits Santino Panero. And Rinkover has been up and down this summer. He's pitched in a couple really big ball games that he picked up the win in. But we've also seen a couple outings where things have gotten away from him. He'll look to keep this deficit at 3 as he enters, or at 4, I should say, as he enters with the Oaks trailing 7-3. And that one gets through the legs of Durfee, which never happens. And then it'll allow Panero to go to second. Shane Taylor's now up there. A lefty-lefty matchup, but not sure if that bothers him as he's continued to haunt the Oaks. It's a home run and a single today. Also reached on an error that he came around to score on. Counts even up at 1. Rinkover's definitely had success lefty-lefty. No. Came in, got to face back-to-back lefties. He hit Panero. Now he's got Taylor in a 1-2 hole. And a couple batters looming is Nathan Manning. So that'll be 3 out of the first 4 hitters that Rinkover faces are lefties. Durfee goes out there just to get on the same page as far as the signs perspective goes. Also, maybe you want to change things up, make sure that Panero isn't picking them over at second. One and 2 on Taylor. Rinkover comes home, and that one's driven out to left field. Carrillo will settle under it. Rinkover gets the first out here. Him and Durfee are joking around about something. Continuing to talk about it. Good job by Rinkover to get lefty-lefty matchup.
Hitter number 1, Dominic Sudo.
That'll bring up Dom Soto, who's reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances today. A couple of hits, including a double and a walk. Double drove in a run. Pitch misses down. Well, coming into today, Soto was the leading hitter for the Riptide, over 360, and that's only risen. He's yet to be retired. That one misses. 2-0. Nathan Manning waiting on deck, another lefty. Rinkover behind in the count 3-0 now. Can tell that he's being careful with Soto, knowing how dangerous he is at the plate. Could be a 4-pitch walk to Soto. And that'll bring up Nathan Manning for another favorable lefty-lefty matchup for Rinkover.
Nathan Manning.
Manning is 1 for 3 today. Singled back in the first inning. That one's grounded foul. Oh, and 1 to Manning.
We'll have Cam's corner in the bottom half of the inning. Kind of a group fumble. Didn't realize what inning it was.
Oops. Also, Cam could have told us.
He didn't realize either. That's why I said it was a group fumble.
The complete group. Yeah, the full group. 0-2 to Nathan Manning now.
Cam says you should have known.
That's my bad, Cam.
One and only free pass.
Yeah, I've never been on the broadcast for Cam's corner, so you have to cut me some slack, because that one's rolled over to first. Karliner steps on the bag. It'll be the second out. Both runners will advance, and the Riptide have second and third with 2 outs as Rinkover faces his Riptide teammate, or I'm sorry, his Irvine teammate in Blake Penso.
Both of them give each other a nod before the at-bat starts.
They faced each other at least 3 times. I know Rinkover retired him a couple of times in his first outing against the Riptide, and then I believe Penso got a hit off him as well in their most recent. Penso fouls that one into the pool. Rinkover looking to get out of this jam here with second and third and 2 away. Penso's already got a couple of hits today and a stolen base. And he crushes that one to deep left field. Carrillo going back, and that'll leave.
Wow. And that's something you see often here at Sparky Anderson Field, the right-handed batter going deep to left field.
And that was his first of the summer.
This has probably been the calmest the wind has been in at least a couple weeks here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is part of the reason why that ball got over. And that really breaks this game open as the Oaks started chipping away. Got the deficit to 7-3, but Riptide now have jumped out to a 7-run lead and now lead in this one 10-3. Although I hope the scoreboard just keeps it like that. Just give that a solo homer instead of a 3-run. Three and 0 now. Three and 0 to Isaiah Morales, who's 0 for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts. And he walks on 4 pitches. And that'll bring up DJ McEvers, who's today's starting left fielder, also 0 for 3. Morales, McEvers, and Zakar. All 0 for 3, and those are the 3 guys who came into today either two of them making their season debut, and then Morales, the new starting shortstop to replace Chase Valentine. But all three guys that we haven't seen really. We saw Morales in one of our 5 matchups against them. Morales leads off first after walking, and Rinkover gets a strike in there after 5 straight balls. Ten hits today for the Riptide. We've really been putting it on Oaks pitching. Rinkover gets the corner there and gets McEvers in a 1-2 count. There's a 1-2. This is inside. A lot of pitches have been thrown by Rinkover, even though he hasn't gone into a deep count. This will be the first count to reach 5 pitches, but he's faced a lot of batters, and there's a breaking ball in there to get McEvers looking for his first strikeout. The Riptide pick up 3 and extend this lead to 10-3. Head to the bottom of the 6th with the Oaks now trailing 7. Okay. We're back for the bottom of the 6th inning with our special guest, although it's become a game day tradition. The 6th inning is Cam's Corner, so welcome, Cam.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys? Good to be here.
Now that you're up here on the broadcast, it's great.
Awesome.
Rough game so far, but this ought to brighten our moods.
Yeah, for sure. So, Cam, what you got so far today? You got anything for us today?
Not much. The umpire's been pretty brutal today.
Oh yeah, you got the TrackMan to actually know.
Yeah. It's
What's the grade report, Cam?
Yeah, what do we got percentage?
Just give us a grade.
should I be nice? Like,
Be fair. Always when giving grades, you should be fair.
C-.
Ooh.
So he's still passing?
He's passing, but not by
just
much.
barely. 2-0 to Salgado. Swings through that one, 2-1. Cam, did you notice anything different from Rivas today? Different than what Sammy already said, that they were being aggressive?
Not really. I think they were just seeing his pitches well today, and that's kind of tough for a pitcher to go through. And he got hit around a little bit, but I thought he did.
Happens to every pitcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it happened to you a lot, I'm sure. 3-1 to Salgado, catches the corner.
Josh burned me, man. It's all good.
Was that a strike on the Trackman?
It was not.
Yeah, it didn't look like it. There you go, another one.
He's hovering around a 70%. It's going to go to D- soon.
Yeah.
And because of that last call, AJ had to expand the
that
strike
one
zone
off.
there.
100%. Good job by him.
That ball was way outside, but he has to swing at it now because of the
Call
big
before.
strike zone.
Yep.
Been seeing it a lot lately. AJ's just
Yeah.
AJ specifically has a very wide strike zone.
Yeah. It's weird. That one's well
Just
outside.
misses there.
Leadoff base runner for the Oaks on the 6th.
Center fielder number 28.
Who will need a lot of those
Sandoval.
as they trail by 7 with just 12 outs to work with.
Gonna need Brady to come in right now. Need a touchdown.
Raul Sandoval up there.
You don't like Tom Brady there, Josh? Not a fan? Not a big
Yeah,
fan?
No, it's beyond that. Like,
Hatred?
yeah, least
Hatred,
favorite person on
wow.
the planet. Like, if I could pick one
Person?
Yeah.
Really?
No, least favorite athlete. Not person, but least favorite athlete. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you leave the door open there. Who's the least favorite person?
I don't know. I don't have a specific, but for sure athlete.
We'll wait till the broadcast is muted, and then you can give us an answer.
Want to know to Raul Sandoval. That one catches the corner. 1-1.
That's wide. That's wide.
It's on the line there,
No, that's wide.
the strike zone. But catcher made it look a lot worse.
He just had to reach across his body.
Yeah, well, with this pitcher too, he's throwing pretty hard too. So
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, he is. What are we looking at?
we're looking at low 90s.
Like sitting low 90s?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sitting low 90s, 91 to 92.
Oh, okay. Salgado gets to second on the wild pitch.
Josh, you're a Bears fan. Why do you hate Tom Brady? You haven't had to see Tom Brady just about ever. Why? What's with the hatred?
Like 30 different reasons. I mean, he's the luckiest and most bailed out athlete in sports history.
No.
Oh, wow.
2-1 to Raul Sandoval. There's that high heat. How hard was that pitch?
90.
90.
You don't think he's the greatest quarterback in NFL history?
I mean, at this point, there's really nothing. At this point, it's kind of hard to dispute that, but he's not the. As far as the eye test, no. As Sandoval gets jams and pops one up to first.
Cam, you can hear me still, right? So Charlie says in the chat. C-
Runner on second still and one away. Jack Brooks steps in. Brooks is up there. And first pitch ball. First pitch strike. Top of the zone. That was a strike. I don't know why I said ball. Wasn't a questionable call. It was in there. 0-1 to Brooks, who singled and then reached on an error and came around to score. Fouls that one back and falls behind in the count 0-2. we've seen Daniel Naughton multiple times before. I believe this is the third time we're seeing him this summer. Brooks stays alive.
That Brady take still has me in a bit of a pretzel there, Josh.
Seriously? I don't want to have this
Most
conversation.
bailed out athlete in history.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I could argue LeBron is a lot more bailed out than Brady has been.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm a Jordan stan.
LeBron, so
But
that just crumbles your Brady argument. He's not the most bailed out if LeBron is more.
no, LeBron's not more at all. I
No.
disagree. Are you kidding me? How has LeBron gotten bailed out? I
Ray
mean, I
Allen?
don't like LeBron. Yeah, that was the ultimate bailout. I argue profusely against that guy.
Draymond Green getting suspended for Game
Yeah,
5.
I argue profusely.
That's two titles.
No, you're right, Sam. I argue profusely against him, but he faced arguably the best teams in
Charlie
NBA history
agrees with
3
me
years
in the
a row.
chat. It is an awful take.
Damn. I mean, I can give you 30 different reasons why, but I don't want to have the argument right now. My blood pressure's already rising. I can feel the sweat coming. I'm getting heated.
Wow.
Just talking about it right now. 0-2 still on Brooksy.
Facts.
Oh, Charlie. Oh,
W,
buddy.
W's in the chat for
Oh,
Charlie
buddy.
Adamson.
Just wait, man. Just wait.
Just wait till he throws all those great wide receivers the Bears have this year.
Doesn't have a lot. Just don't know. I don't know what you want me to say to that. I'm not going to dispute that, but he's insane.
He's an Ohio State quarterback. He won't be good.
During our football conversation here, Brooks has fouled off, 4 pitches?
Yeah. Still
More
0-2.
than 4.
Still
Hasn't even been a ball.
4 or 5.
Well,
Five.
5 pitches, but
4
4
with two
with
strikes.
2 strikes. Yeah.
Correct.
0-2 on Brooks. Fouls off another.
There's 5. 5 with 2 strikes.
Yeah. Austin Carrillo still waits on deck. Still 0-2 on Brooks, even though he's already seen 7 pitches. Still getting a sign. Finally gets the sign, does not, and comes home. Good leave there from Brooks.
First ball.
Mm.
First ball of the at-bat?
He's in the strike zone.
That one's?
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, that's right.
That's
we had
why
this
the
conversation
Oh, yeah, it's
before.
because of
trackman,
Bro-
yeah,
no,
because he's
It's based on, it's not
Jack
based on
isn't
the
the
batter.
tallest guy on the
That's-
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot we had that conversation.
1-2 on Brooks. That one's in there
That
for
one.
strike 3. Naughton wins that long battle.
We got another defender of Tom Brady in the chat, Josh. You're outnumbered here. I don't even like Tom Brady, but the
I actually like.
the slander is
I have so
incredible.
many things I could say.
This is going to be an interesting conversation after the game for you to fully let it fly, barbershop style.
The stream's gonna crash because Josh gonna flip the table.
Yeah.
Carrillo now up there with Salgado on second and 2 away.
Austin was saying that Josh is going to flip the table right now. Stream is going to crash. If the camera goes out, you guys know why at home.
Yeah. I mean, 0-1 now on Carrillo. I'd love to go back to that LeBron take and just agree with you and just pretend I didn't say anything and we can just say bad stuff about LeBron instead. Because I guess we all agree on that at least.
Not Austin.
Oh, not Austin.
Bubble championship, too. There's another. That's
There you
3
go.
titles.
Oh, Carrillo lines that one right at Taylor. And
How hard was that, Cam?
87 miles an hour when it
Mm.
came off the bat.
that'll do it for the 6th inning. We head to the final third of this ball game. The Oaks have 9 outs to work with offensively, and they trail by 7 runs. Gavin Hynek will lead things off in the 7th against Nick Rinkover, who's back out there for another. And that one catches the corner for a strike. Hynek hit a home run back in the 4th, his second hit of the ball game, and the second run that he came around to score.
Josh was ripping off the Brady bailout scenarios.
Yeah, that's true.
He named 3, and Tom Brady still has 4 Super Bowls if you wipe those off, Josh.
I didn't finish where the inning ended.
Okay, we'll keep going.
But I mean, there's only one more, but yeah.
What's the other one?
Well, I mean, I guess it's not one specific time. It's happened in 2 Super Bowls.
Uh-huh.
A kicker hitting a field goal to win the game for him when he scored.
What?
Well, it's happened in the playoffs multiple times. And
When?
I don't know what years.
You mentioned the tuck rule. That Vinatieri kicked the game winner that season. So
Oh, okay, yes, yeah, you're right. This is the same year. But also, he
against the
put up,
Panthers?
he's put up no Raiders that was not in the Super Bowl. The tuck rule was in the AFC Championship.
Yeah. No, it was in the divisional round.
All right, yeah. Oh, you mean like this? Who was the Super Bowl
Who was
against?
the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, against the Panthers, I think. He's also put
They
up.
put up a lot of points in that game, though.
I don't know. He's put up 13 in a Super Bowl win. His defense gives up less than 20 in
That was
almost every Super Bowl.
that was the.
Oh yeah, sorry,
That
Sammy.
was-
I didn't mean to do that,
that
to
was-
you.
that was bad.
not intentional.
That was bad.
Grounder up the middle. Grant makes a nice play to turn a 6-3 double play.
That Rams game, that was.
That wasn't
That
intentional.
wasn't.
I'm sorry.
That was not a good day
No, it wasn't.
at my house.
It wasn't. Yeah, I'm
That
sure.
was rough.
I was sitting. That was my freshman year here, and I watched it in my dorm room with one of my roommates, and we opened our door out to the residence hall, and we were screaming like as soon as the Rams were just dominating at first, and they got the big turnover in the opening drive and
Yeah,
everything.
Corey Littleton interception.
And then we just were sad the rest of the day.
I thought the Rams were gonna be rolling that day.
You like the Rams, Austin?
No, I just hate Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
You don't like the Rams, Austin? They
They're my
practice
second.
here.
If I had a second NFL team, they'd be my second team.
Practice here, man.
I tell you, I met Aaron
Basically,
Donald.
they're basically
You met Aaron
they're
Donald?
basically
I
your
told you I
guys.
met Aaron
Yeah,
Donald.
you did.
Did you not destroy, like, did you shake his hand?
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
You're taller than him.
I am,
Yeah.
which surprised me.
You're probably a lot. You're probably
also
like
felt-
2 or 3 inches
I
taller.
also
than
felt bad.
Yeah, Donald's 6 foot even.
He was trying to be incognito in Target. And I was like,
Oh, you burned him out?
Oh,
I was the only person that
That's
I got him.
brutal.
I let him walk by at first, and then he walked past, and I was like, I can't pass up meeting one of the greatest football players ever to play. So took a photo with him, said, "Congrats." It's because it was
Ooh.
it was the day after he signed his contract extension.
The most recent one?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was like I think like an hour before Khalil Mack got his contract extension to overtake Donald for like the highest paid defensive contract too, which was funny.
So it wasn't this
oh
year's.
no, not the most recent.
No,
was
no,
his
sorry.
It was
The-
his first extension.
The one 4 years ago.
I think something like that.
Yeah, 4 years ago because it was right before my freshman year here.
That's the second time in as many innings that Rinkover has hit Pinero, and that'll extend the inning and allow Shane Taylor to step in there. He's scored 3 runs today, picked up a couple of hits. Rinkover backs him off. Makes him duck out of the way, and the breaking ball just ended up right down the middle.
This year made up for it though, huh, Sammy?
That was a good day.
One of the
Could be the first of multiple, too.
I'll say
one of the best Super
I'll
Bowls
say
I've
that
ever
was
witnessed.
when you come back like that, when you watch your team come back like that, it's a
Probably-
lot sweeter than a blowout win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
0-2 on Rinkover. That's a base knock up the middle. So I don't know what Cam's football team is, but I guess I'm the only one.
He's a Ram
Oh,
fan.
so I'm the
now.
only one of the 4 of us who has never seen my team win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
That's cool.
Probably won't for a while either, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
but
that's true. Just a couple.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sell the team.
Well,
I did see.
They're talking about
sell
they
the field.
might
Yeah.
move into a dome.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I saw a proposal for a new design stadium that looks pretty cool.
I think they should. I think that we're tough because we play in cold weather. That's so overrated. Just put a cover over the field. Let's clean it up. Aaron Rodgers would probably have 5 Super Bowls if they didn't play in Lambeau Field.
0-1 on
That's
Dom
my
Soto.
take. That's my take. If Aaron Rodgers played in a dome.
Except he's always great until January. Oh, you're just
Because it gets cold, Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
He's really
Well,
good
I was
until
I was just thinking
until it
all
gets
year-
to the cold weather and they only get to play in Lambeau in the
But
playoffs.
yeah, I guess they are hosting
That's
usually.
my
I was about to say they usually play on the road, but they actually
the one Super Bowl they won. They were the wild card team.
and they didn't play any home
They didn't have
games.
to play. They didn't have to play in
There you
Lambeau.
go. I agree with you, Sammy. I'll jump on board with that take. Durfee tries to backpick at first, and Taylor easily gets back.
Ball nearly clipped Taylor there.
Yeah. Saw Cody Sulak walk down to the bullpen by himself. Evan Gray's down there, but you know
That's
he's
the protector.
yeah. So we know that Gray's not warming up. So we'll see. We'll let you know when the pitcher goes down there. 2-1 on Soto. Misses in. 3-1. Nathan Manning waits on deck. Rinkover's 3-1. Fouled back. Count runs full. Three-two count to Soto.
Kim's saying that Andrew Lucas is going to be coming in.
Oh, in the 8th? I know he wanted some work. 3-2, fouled away. Yeah, we knew that Lucas was going to get some work today, but he thought it'd be in the 9th no matter what. But Cam's the stat expert and the pitching expert, so. Cam, a very successful high school pitcher. 3-2 to Soto. Swung on and missed. Good job by Rinkover there to get a scoreless inning. And we stretch here at Spark Anderson Field. The Oaks trail by 7. back now for the bottom of the 7th inning. As Cam was right, it is Andrew Lucas warming, and Tyler Gannis gets hit with the first pitch.
Shortstop number 34, Gavin.
First time Gannis has reached today.
Couple lineouts for him and a fly out.
Yeah, he's been getting the Gavin Grant treatment today.
And it looks like we're getting ready to have our first pinch hitter of the ball game as Charles Messina waits on deck instead of Colin Hynek.
The Chuckster.
The Chuckster indeed. Who's one of the leading hitters for the Oaks, up around 360.
364.
0-2 now to Grant. Going over and getting back easily is Gannis. The Oaks just 9 outs to work with. They trail 10-3 in this one. Keep picking over to first. Not sure how much running Gannis will do in a 10-3 ball game. Grant stays alive. And we didn't even have to look down to Messina to know that Hynek was coming out of this ball game, as he's down in the bullpen right now as one of the protectors. And Grant shoots that one to left. That one will roll to the wall. Gannis gets into third and Grant into second.
Nice 98-mile-per-hour lace double right there from Gav.
Yeah, if we saw like an exit velocity leaderboard, he'd be at the top. Just barrels up everything. And for Grant, that is his 3rd double of the summer.
Nice opportunity here for Chucky Messina to help chip away at this 7-run deficit with 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out.
He was in the
That's only Grant's 3rd double of the season.
Yeah, I was surprised.
He could have.
Yeah, well,
He should have like 45.
I clicked on doubles expecting his
He
name to be at the
he
top
could have
of
like,
the leaders.
Oh man, he could have. He could be at like double-digit doubles.
Yeah, I thought when I clicked on double and I
So
saw
many
a
hard
couple
hit-
guys with
so many
7,
hard hit
I thought
outs.
for sure he'd be one of the guys with 7 and keep going down. Find out he only had 2 coming in today somehow. Just barrels up so many baseballs. That one misses in to Messina. No. No, Chris, if that's you asking. Two and out of Messina. 2-1 now.
Saw Chucky pick up a couple hits last night.
Yeah, he got the start in yesterday's ball game. Picked up a couple knocks. Hopefully he didn't tweak anything on that swing. Looked like he went to his hip after the swinging at that pitch. 2-2. Messina goes down on strikes. Naughton just continues to go with the fastball and blows it right by him.
Catcher number 27, Brendan.
And that'll bring up Brendan Durfee.
Josiah Chavez now on deck too. He'll hit for Karliner.
Durfee is 0 for 3 today. Swings at the first pitch, hits it to first, coming to the plate and getting Gannis in a rundown. He'll go all the way back to third. He'll be tagged out. Grant goes to third. Durfee gets to second. So it's a good job by Tyler Gannis executing the ground ball rule. allowing Durfee to get to second, but unfortunate for the Oaks as they wanted some runs. And as Austin said, Josiah Chavez is up there to hit for Noah Karliner, who ends his day 0 for 3.
Classic 3-2-5 right there.
Surprised that Penso came home there.
You mean
Ball was just hit real hard, and thought he might have just taken the out at first in a 7-run ball game, but wants to preserve his pitcher's ERA. Sure, Naughton appreciates that.
Yeah, I mean any other infield position, and they're not coming to the plate, but based on where he was playing and how hard the ball was hit, makes sense. 1-1 on Chavez. Chavez chops that one through the right side. Gonna score Grant. Durfee being set to the plate. He unloads the trailer, and he'll be in there.
Got around the tag.
Tag
Good
was
slide there.
Tag was up high. It was a bad executed
Riptide
tag.
coach is sprinting out.
It was a great call. I know you guys don't like when I bring it up, but Gary Sanchez did the same exact thing last year with the Yankees, where the ball got there before the runner, and
We
rather
know that
than
Gary
being,
Sanchez is
being
bad.
clean with the tag, he just waited. And so what happened there is Durfee gets his feet in, and he gets tagged up on the chest after his feet get into the plate, because the catcher, rather than making the tag where you should up against home plate, he's just trying to execute the tag.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's why guys or coaches will tell you to tag down at the base instead of swipe up at the body, because of that exact reason. Durfee should have been out there, but
Just
guy
too
was high.
fast.
Got his foot in there. Lead is now cut to 5. This would be a great time for Salgado's first homer this summer.
Single also just keeps that hot bat at Chavez hot.
Yeah, Chavez continues to mash fastballs. First pitch breaking ball to Salgado's in there. He's reached base a couple of times today on a single and a walk. That one misses outside, 1-1. Salgado fights that one off, fouls it away. Falls behind 1-2. There is action down in the Riptide bullpen. One and 2 to Salgado, who goes down swinging. The Oaks put up a couple in the 7th, but are unable to get more than that. They trail 10-5. We head to the 8th inning. Andrew Lucas will come in to pitch. He hasn't gone more than an inning this summer, so we'll see.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
In Compton. In Compton he did earlier in the season.
Oh, well, like before he was the closer. Since he's been named the closer, he hasn't been named.
He was already the closer then. I think they just wanted a 2-inning save.
Oh, okay. Then never mind then. Andrew Lucas is out there, maybe to finish up this ballgame for the Oaks, who trail 10-5. We'll be right back. Andrew Lucas is on the mound as Cody Carson begins to throw, so might just be 1 inning for Lucas, who has gone 1 inning in every outing except for a 2-inning save in Compton, as Sammy reminded me. We went back and looked. So that was his only 2-inning appearance, and it was a beauty. He's picked up the save. His first pitch swung on and missed, and it clocks in at 93. As this summer has progressed, so has Lucas's interest, or other schools' interest in Lucas. With the way that he's been pitching, teams have been out here to see him more often at the showcase game as well. We know what he's capable of out there. Living around 93, 94. Hit about 95, 96 until his last outing, where literally every single pitch was 95 plus, except every single fastball.
Should have just taken that one himself. Get the 1U in the book.
He went about 70% of the way, 75. Then he flipped it to Ganus for out number 1. Came how hard was that? A couple 93s and a 95 for Lucas in the first batter. He turns some heads during the showcase game, in which he threw an 8-pitch inning, a couple weak groundouts, and a strikeout. Gets another weak groundout here as it's chopped over to Ganus. So from a 1-3 putout to a 3-1. 2 quick outs for Lucas here in the 8th.
Also should mention the defensive realignments.
Yeah, Tyler Ganus moves from right field to second base to first base with Chavez entering, and just flips Carrillo from left to right, and Chavez stays put in left field. Easy realignment for Coach Solis because of Gannis's versatility. That pitch from Lucas is in the dirt.
I don't know if I've actually ever seen Carrillo play right.
That was my biggest gripe about the showcase game.
Huh.
Radar gun stopped working on the broadcast.
Yeah, that was so disappointing.
In the 7th inning.
Right before Lucas.
Right before Drew came in.
Yeah, all we wanted to see.
Tragic.
Yeah. That one catches the corner. Counts even up at 1.
I wanted to see the 90-some MPH come up, and then the little flames come up too.
Bally Sports letting us down.
We were robbed. We were robbed, Bally Sports.
One's rolled over, so Lucas gets 3 ground balls. Barely has trouble finding the base, finds it. Quick 7-pitch 1-2-3 inning with 3 weakly hit ground balls for Lucas. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Oaks trailing 10-5. Carson Case is out there on the mound from the prestigious University of Nevada, Reno. Case didn't pitch much for the Wolfpack, less than an inning. But he's got a sub-4 this summer for the Riptide.
Let's get your loyalties in line right now, Josh. Clean it up.
Yeah. Tell him, Sammy.
First pitch is driven out to center field by Sandoval. Keep going back, and it's gone.
That's a bomb.
That ball was crushed. It just kept on carrying. And
102 exit velocity.
Wow.
Whew. I told you guys before the game when we were talking about today's lineup, Raul Sandoval hitting the 8th spot is not fair.
Yep. Sure right. 407 feet on that moonshot. First ball I believe we've seen get out of straightaway center here. Karliner hit yesterday was at this ballpark. It would have left too. 10-6 now at the Oaks Trail. As Carson Case was greeted rudely by Raul Sandoval. One pitch and solo home run. Which brings up Jack Brooks. Counts evened up at 1 on Brooks. He's reached base a couple of times today. Once on a hit, once via an error. 2-1. And down in the Riptide bullpen, they got a couple of guys going, including the CCL's leading pitcher, Matt Maloney.
Just in case the Oaks get close enough, might be seeing Maloney to attempt to close out the 9th.
Yeah, I wonder if they're saving him for a big start that they'll need to clinch a playoff spot, because he hasn't been used in a while as a starter. His last start was back on July 12th. He's had a couple of one-inning relief appearances, including once against the Oaks, but no starts since July 12th. You have to wonder if maybe they're waiting until they have a do-or-die game. Sammy?
Maybe it's coming up on an innings limit.
Quite
for the
possible as
summer?
well.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe he's dealing with some sort of issue with his arm or something that's not allowing him to go more than 1 inning now.
I actually, Sammy, now that you mentioned that, when I was reading today about the showcase game, it did say that Maloney wasn't a starter until he came to the Riptide. So very much could be that, the innings limit for him, which is a benefactor for the other CCL teams that Maloney would only be able to go 1. But this is just speculation from us. The 3-2 to Brooks. Lined diving catch by Penso. Ball might have stayed fair there from Brooks and could have been a triple, but Penso takes a hit away from Brooks. And that'll bring up Austin Carrillo, who's reached base 3 times today and lined out. His on-base percentage is almost 500, and that number has only risen today. He takes the first pitch below the knees.
Curious if Cody Carson's going to be going in here in the 9th as he's stopped throwing now.
Yeah, I saw Lucas go behind the dugout, so I'm not sure if he's done. As Carrillo pops that one up on the infield. It'll be caught at shortstop by Morales for out number 2.
Right fielder, Number 11, Tyler Ganus.
And that'll bring up Tyler Ganus, who's lined out a couple of times today and reached his last time on a hit by pitch. 0 for 3 overall. And he shoots that one to short. Another hard hit ball by Ganus that he doesn't get a hit on. And we're through 8 now in this ball game. Oaks trailing 10-6, and Cody Carson is walking down to the dugout, and it looks like he'll get the 9th inning for the Oaks. He'll try to hold the Riptide scoreless and give the Oaks bats a chance in the 9th as they trail 10-6. Be right back. Cody Carson is out there to begin the 9th inning after 1 inning from Andrew Lucas. Carson's most recent outing was brilliant out of the bullpen. Went 1 1/3 shutout, I believe. We can't tell you exactly because the website credits Carson
I
with
think he went 2.
5 runs. It wasn't 1 2/3. I feel like it was like 1 2/3.
Did Ring getting out?
Yeah, I feel like there was
Not sure.
Yeah. I feel like the innings should be updated. Let's see.
Cody Sulak's also in behind
Yeah, Cody
the dish
Sulak
now.
is entered in the game catching. Both Codys now out there on the mound and behind the plate. We mentioned it on the broadcast before how smart of a catcher Cody Sulak is and how much pitchers love pitching to him, as he'll correct them, do whatever he needs to do, make sure they're at the top of their game. And lots of times we see him actually talking with the coaches during the game in their little box in their area. And Cody Carson comes in and gets a quick strikeout.
Cody Carson, a guy that's really fun to watch pitch.
Second baseman, number 7, Gavin Grant.
His first outing with the Oaks this summer, he was given a couple of tough breaks, got squeezed a little bit at the plate, and a couple of balls just didn't bounce his way, and he gave up 4 runs. But since then, really been top notch from Cody.
Yeah, since that unlucky outing for Carson, he has gone 8 innings and allowed 3 runs.
It's pretty good. A lot of strikeouts, too.
Last outing, which was either 1 2/3 or 2, he got 4 strikeouts. That one's fouled away. 1 2. I'm sorry. What? Scoreboard says 1 2. It's not 1 2. Is it?
It's 1-2.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have a ball.
First pitch.
There we go. 1 2 on Hynek. And he shoots that one to right and right at Jack Brooks, who makes a nice catch on the line drive. That was definitely a hard hit baseball for Hynek.
If Cody had been with the Oaks from the beginning of the summer, I think the bullpen would have shaped up as Cody Carson as a traditional setup man, and then, of course, Andrew Lucas as the closer.
Quite possible.
Because Carson's been pretty good out of the pen.
Yeah. Also not able to be with the Oaks as often as he'd like due to
Working man.
other engagements. Yeah.
Him and Vega, big workers.
Yeah. Not the only 2 workers, but the only 2 who interfere with the Oaks. 0-2 to Jimmy Zacher. 0 for 4 today. A couple strikeouts and a double play in his Riptide debut. Oh, stays alive right there.
Very tardy on that one.
Yeah. Just able to get a piece of it and stay alive. The 1-2 from Carson hits Zacher.
Always hurts when, as a pitcher, when you hit a batter in an 0-2 favor of yours.
Yep. Trying to be too fine there at that 0-2 fastball. And ends up hitting Zacher. Which, as Austin said, probably the most frustrating thing as a pitcher. Comes right back though with the strike on Pinero.
I got one. It's more frustrating.
Yeah.
About an 0-2 home run.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one just misses inside.
Sell job right there.
Counts even at 1.
Oh.
Carson nearly picks off Zacher, who isn't going anywhere at first. He's got a small lead and still is barely able to get back. No, he's not going to be stealing in this situation. It's only a couple feet off the bag. Carson gets a breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-2. The 1-2. Misses. Gets by Sulak. And that'll allow Zacher to get in the second. Pinero today has reached base in 3 out of his 4 plate appearances, including getting hit in each of his last 2, both by Nick Rinkover. And the 2-2 from Carson. It's grounded to second right at Jack Brooks, who makes the play. Funnels it into his chest, and that's the 3rd out here in this 9th inning. Once again, really good job out of the pen for Cody Carson, keeping the Riptide off the board and giving the Oaks a chance in the 9th. It'll be Grant Well, Matt Maloney's out there, and looking at his numbers in between innings, it's actually comical. .28 ERA, .88 WHIP, 51 strikeouts in 32 innings compared to just 10 walks. Any way you slice it, Matt Maloney's been elite this summer.
Any way you slice it, he's been the best pitcher in the CCL this summer.
Yep.
That over-the-top delivery.
Yeah.
Right at 12 o'clock.
And it's that 12-6, because of that over-top delivery, he has that 12-6 breaking ball. The 12-6 curve, it's really filthy. Gets a lot of chases. The Oaks saw him last week. He pitched the 9th in that ball game, and they walked a couple times and got a hit, so they did put together a couple of nice at-bats. No, that was in a 10-6, 10-5 ball game. Today it's a 10-6 ball game.
Oh.
They were saying it during the showcase game. I think he has a knuckle curve. That's what he throws.
2-2. Flown out to center field right at Santino Panero for out number 1. That'll bring up Charles Messino.
Number 24, Charles Messino.
Cody Sulak waiting on deck. See Tyler Glowacki ready with the bat. Not sure at what point he'll hit. That breaking ball misses up to Messino. Another loopy breaking ball that's in there. Another breaking ball. 2-1.
Heard someone in the Oaks dugout say, sit fastball now. 3 straight curveballs.
There's that fastball, and Chucky was on it and just fouled it back. Two and 2 to Messino. He gets jammed, hit one over to short, booting it, and unable to pick it up is Morales. So Messino reaches on the air.
The departure of Chase Valentine breaks through again there.
The second error for Morales and the 5th for the Riptide today. And now here is Tyler Glowacki, who will hit for Cody Sulak. Glowacki got the start yesterday and picked up a hit and also another outfield assist to add to his total. Glowacki takes the first pitch inside. He's coming off his freshman year at San Diego State. He'll be teammates with another Oaks player that hasn't played a collegiate game yet, David Whittle, who starts there in the fall. Glowacki fouls that one back as Maloney falls down. Counts evened up at 1. And Zocker goes out to the mound, have a little conversation with Maloney, maybe give him a second after he falls down. Count's even up at 1 on Glowacki. That one catches the corner. 1 and 2.
Got to be very tough to pick up Maloney throwing that fastball and curveball from the same exact location.
Yeah, same release point. It's also, you see it very late too.
Yeah.
So you don't pick it up right away as well. He does a good job of hiding the baseball. Yeah, very good job of hiding the baseball. 2 and 2 now on Glowacki. And Maloney will be teammates in the fall with Noah Karliner at New Mexico State. Glowacki drives that one out to right field. Down the line, and it stays fair. Little roll into the corner. Glowacki will cruise into second. Messino stays put. And now Messino will come in to score as the throw gets away. 10-7 ball game now. And that's just the second run of the summer that Matt Maloney has given up. Although it's unearned, so his ERA doesn't even change.
Nice piece of hit in there from TG. Is just turned on that baseball, pulled it down the line, and it would have been an RBI double if Messino read it better right off the bat.
Yep. And that'll bring up Josiah Chavez, the walk-off hero twice over the weekend. Didn't start today's ball game, but came in the 7th inning and picked up a couple RBIs on a single. Takes a breaking ball up from Maloney. And the tying run in the on-deck circle is AJ Salgado. Count's even up at 1 on Chavez. He pops one up behind the plate and out of play.
See Maloney make an adjustment, moved on to the third base side of the rubber. He was more towards the middle last couple of times, last couple of batters.
He just switched at when Chavez came up there, you mean?
I think so. I haven't noticed him that far on the mound.
Yeah. Oh, and there you go. He's trying to hit that outside corner. Chavez. Might just be, could be a thing he does with the lefty.
Could be.
1 and 2 on Chavez.
Maybe it's just the first time I'm noticing it too.
Quite possible. Because, yeah. Either way, 1-2. Yeah, because he's already faced Messino, Glowacki, and now Chavez. This is third lefty in a row, yeah. So.
No, I agree with Sammy, though. It does look like he's further over on the mound than he was to the last two.
Not almost, just seeing things.
He's almost like completely off of it.
Almost off the rubber.
Yeah, he is really far over. The 1-2. Chavez laces it into right field. And
that's going to be an end run.
The tying run is going to come to the plate. Chavez heads for second. He'll be in there. And the deficit is down to 2. There we go. As Austin said during the play, an earned run goes against Maloney. And now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of AJ Salgado.
I just saw the
1-0 to Salgado.
Okay, I think we're back. Incredible stuff.
Salgado takes in the dirt. Going to third is Chavez.
I think we were gone for one pitch, so all you guys missed was AJ Salgado taking a first pitch ball.
2-0 to Salgado. Hits that one to first, and it gets under the glove of Blake Penso. Salgado stays at first, and all of a sudden, the tying run is aboard.
Center fielder, number 28, Raul Sandoval.
It'll be Raul Sandoval up there, with Salgado representing the tying run. Sandoval, the winning run at the plate. First pitch in there for a strike to Salgado. Sandoval's already hit one out today, and that was just last inning.
I guess what I saw from the pitching coach was wrong. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, who knows? 0-2 the count to Sandoval. Really making Maloney work here in the ninth. He's already thrown 24 pitches. Next one he throws will be his 25th. 0-2 on Raul Sandoval. Misses upstairs. Salgado's got a decent lead over there at first. Long hold, the 1-2 home. There goes Salgado. With the ball, the throw not in time. It goes into center field. Salgado heads to third.
Bobbled it.
He'll be in there. And the tying run is 90 feet away. Pitch was
aggressiveness.
Yeah. Right before the pitch, I was about to ask you guys if you thought Salgado might run.
I thought there would be no chance. Infield has to come in now.
Infield in. Sandoval has to elevate. The 2-2 from Maloney. Fouled back. Sandoval stays alive, and this Oaks dugout is pumped.
So am I.
Everyone, look at Joey. Joey's on his feet too.
Oh, yeah. 2-2. Misses. Count runs full. The incoming freshman, Jack Brooks, is waiting on deck. Huge 3-2 pitch on its way. Struck out. Maloney gets Sandoval swinging. And Jack Brooks represents the last hope.
Jack Brooks.
My heart can't take this.
Yeah. We've seen the maturity of Jack Brooks a lot throughout this summer. And this is his biggest at-bat of the summer. Takes the first pitch upstairs. Austin Carrillo is in the on-deck circle. Still 2 bases open for Maloney. That breaking ball misses up. 2-0.
Approach here, you think just wait till you get a strike?
Take to get a strike, yeah.
I don't know. I think if you're Brooks right now, he's going to come with the fastball here.
Ambush
If you can
tactics.
sit on one low and inside, if that's where he comes, bang it down the line.
Here comes that 2-0 from Maloney.
Oh.
Misses. 3-0.
Now you're taking. Now you're taking.
Yeah.
You think?
Carrillo waits on deck. The 3-0 pitch to Brooks. In there for a strike. All right, this is the scary one if you're Maloney, because you want to throw a strike here but don't want to give him something too good to hit. Knowing first base is open, I wouldn't be surprised if he went breaking ball here. Goes fast. Brooks fouls it back. Count runs full. Oh. Three and two the count to Jack Brooks, with AJ Salgado on third representing the tying run. Winning run at the plate. Here comes the 3-2 from the CCL's leading pitcher. Brooks pops it up on the infield. It'll be called by Shane Taylor. He makes the catch, and the Riptide hold on to win this one. 10-9 is the final. The Riptide win a ball game in which they had 7 errors. 12 hits for the Riptide, 10 hits for the Oaks. A very high scoring affair, 19 runs combined. And now the Oaks have just one more home game here at Sparky Anderson Field on Saturday. Tomorrow, the Oaks travel once again down to Pasadena to take on the Arroyo Seco Saints. And that'll wrap it up here for this one at Sparky Anderson Field. For the Conejo Oaks broadcast crew, Cameron Deck, Austin Gregory, Sammy Holiday, I'm Josh Mechanic. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.